A few pages. Well, Imam al-Ghazali is the ocean. His own teacher, Imam al-Juwayni, said that he was bahrun mughriq, that he was an ocean that would drown you, that once you go into him, he is an ocean. And it's really important to emphasize when we talk about Imam al-Ghazali, radiyallahu anhu, is that he has been much maligned of late by our community, and unfortunately it's one of the signs of the latter days that the Prophet ﷺ told us that the people towards the end of the ummah would curse or speak ill of the people at the outset of the ummah. So this has to be fulfilled, I suppose, but I feel sorry for those people that are the ones that are fulfilling that hadith. So Imam al-Ghazali, as you can see, I'm using the term the oceanic Imam and Sheikh, the proof of Islam, the wonder of his age. And that comes from Imam al-Dhahabi, the great muhaddith and historian who was famously a student of Ibn Taymiyyah, the faqih, and he was a polymath, Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. But Ibn Taymiyyah and Imam al-Ghazali have a very interesting relationship. I mean, obviously Ibn Taymiyyah is after him, but in many ways Ibn Taymiyyah is responding to Imam al-Ghazali. So it's one of the dialectical conversations in our ummah. So Imam al-Dhahabi calls him al-Imam al-Bahr. And Bahr in Arabic can mean different things, but here it clearly means ocean. In the Dhahar al-Fasadu fil Barri wal Bahr, in the Qur'an, that actually means in the bed amongst the Bedou and in the cities. So the Bahr there means the Qura and the Mudun, because often cities are built by rivers or by oceans because of the trade, the importance of trade coming to them. So the Bahr can mean different things, but it's used for the meaning of ocean. And interesting is related to the word hibr in the great derivation. So the Jews are called ahbar because the hibr is also the bahr. He's the bahr of ink. And the Prophet ﷺ, who is the great ocean that we all are either marveling at on the shore, or others have dived into his sunnah and are drowning in the glories of his sunnah. The Prophet ﷺ interacted with the ahbar and went and used to debate them. So the hibr is the person who spends a lot of ink in his occupation. So Imam al-Dhahabi calls him al-Imam al-Bahr, al-Sheikh, Hujjat al-Islam, wa u'jubatu zaman. He is the hujjah of Islam, the proof of Islam, and the wonder of the age. And this is important because of who Imam al-Dhahabi is. He's clearly one of the great scholars of Islam. And so when a great scholar of Islam acknowledges another scholar and gives him titles like that, you have to take it very serious. Another great scholar, who is the polymath and the hafiz, Ibn al-Najjar, he actually says about the Imam, كان إماما في علم كان إماما بالاتفاق. He said إمام الفقهاء على الإطلاق. And then he said that he was also the Rabbani of the Ummah. Rabbani al-Ummah بالاتفاق. That's what he calls him. So Ibn al-Najjar, who was in Baghdad, and he lives after Imam Ghazali, not that long after Imam al-Ghazali, but he is one of the great imams of Baghdad. And he said that he was an imam in fiqh, ilm al-fiqh, ala al-itlaq. Yani he was, and he had mastered it. So he said he's the imam al-fuqaha, which means that he's really the master, faqih. And I'm going to go into that more, but so as we move in, I want to just begin Before we get into Jawahir al-Qur'an, I'm going to take you through two doors. The first door, and which I'm going to look at inshallah today, is the door of the Imam himself, and looking at the Imam and why he's so important and why he has to be restored to his position. Because some people have tried to knock him off his pedestal, and this is not the first time that it happened. It's happened in the past. But he is the most important jurist after the first generation in the history of Islam. And he's also one of the most important theologians, and he is certainly probably the most important mystic of the Islamic tradition. So in that way, he is, after that first generation, he is the Imam of iman, the Imam of Islam, and the Imam of ihsan for the Sunni tradition. The Shia traditionally have had a difficult time with him because he did spend, the little time that he spent in refutation was in refuting the Shia. So unfortunately, because he's Iranian, one would think he would be one of the great treasures of Iran. He's not as appreciated, I think, as he should be, although the Shia did benefit from him, and Nasiruddin al-Tusi, who's a great Shia scholar, did. So he